Hi everybody, welcome back. My name is Alison, the online piano and the online violin tutor. Today I'm going to be going through a tutorial of Jingle Bells, and it's from the book that I've got here, which is a traditional holiday Christmas for violin book 1. And you can download and print out this book from the link that's above here, or the link will be, you can click on it in the description bar directly underneath this video. I'll put a link to all the tutorial videos that I'm doing from this book as well. And this book comes with 10 holiday and Christmas festive pieces, and 9 of them come with tab sheet music as well as the original kind of sheet music for anybody can see. So this book is basically for anybody that can read sheet music, or anybody that can't read sheet music but they want to have a go at still doing the songs anyway. So you can with the violin tab. There's only one song that doesn't have the violin tab to it, and that's Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy. That doesn't have any words to it, so it makes it a lot harder to put the tab in. But all the other ones have tab with them as well as sheet music. They all come with a backing track which has been specially made, and they all come with a performance violin track, so you can use the performance track to play along with the violin part as well. And then when you're a little bit happier, you're a little bit more practiced and everything, then you can have a go at playing with a backing track on your own. So if you want to learn how to play Jingle Bells, then go and grab your copy of the book and let's get going. So first of all, this is a fun and lively piece. It says fun and lively. You get a 4-bar introduction where the piano and the backing track have their 4 bars of intro before you come in. There isn't anything hugely complicated about this piece. It's quite simple in terms of bowing and what fingers you're putting on the strings and everything. Plus, it's a very popular song, so everybody knows this song as well. It repeats twice, and it slightly changes a little bit at the end, which you'll notice from the sheet music and the tab, which I'm looking at here as well. So going through, I'll go through the tab version, because anybody that can read the sheet music, it will be exactly the same as the sheet music. But if I go through the tab, it will just make it easy. It will make it easier for anybody that just wants to look at the tab. So how I've done the tab is that you've got the words, so the words will help you dictate the rhythm, and then above each of the words you'll have a number ranging from 0 to 3, and that is going to be the fingers. So if you see a 0, it's going to be an open string. If you see a 1, it's a finger 1. If you see a 2, it's a finger 2. If you see a 3, it's a finger 3, and then a 4 is obviously a finger 4. And to tell you what string you're going to put those fingers on is that above the numbers will be a letter, G, D, A or E. And that will indicate what string you're going to be on and when. So for example, if you look at the first line where you've got dashing through the snow, so dashing, the first part of dashing is an open, and there's a D above it, so it's an open D. The shing, the last part of dashing, is a 1, and that's a 1 on the A. So if you did an open D, and then a 1 on the A, and then through is an open, but there's no letter above it. But because the last letter was the letter A, I'm going to assume that the open is still on the A string. Now the is a finger 3, and it has a D above it. So I'm finger 3 in the normal place on the D string. Snow is an open, and that's still on the D string because there's nothing above it, so I'll assume it was on the last string I was told to play. And then moving on to the second line, in a 1, 3 open Ds, horse is a 1 on A. Open, the first part of open is an open A, and then you've got a 3 on the D. Sleigh is 1 on the D. And then over the fields we go, over, as it says, 1 on D, 2 on A. But you can see there's a little B next to a little black B, which is next to the A, and that means that the second finger is back. Now what that means is the first finger normally goes in its first finger position, which everybody knows. I'll put a link to a video where you can work out how to put the dots on the violin and where they go and everything. So the first finger normally goes where the first finger normally goes. The third finger will normally go in its regular position. But the second finger doesn't have a regular position as such. It will be wherever it wants to be depending on what the music tells us. So a B means back, and a back means that it's right next door to the first finger. If there's an S, which indicates a stretch, this does say this all at the start of the book as well, so you don't just have to try and remember what I'm saying. It's all in the information in the book. So a stretch would mean that it's stretching, and that's going to be right behind your third finger. So if it's back, it's it's right next door, you're going towards the pegs, and right next door to the first finger stretched is, it'll feel like you're stretching and it's coming towards you, in other words right behind the third finger. So over is 1 on D, for the fields we go is a finger 2 on the A, but it's back, which means it's jammed in right next to the first finger. Fields is a 1 still on the A, we is an open on the A, and then go is a 2 on the D string, but it's stretched. So that's going to go just behind the third finger dot. Laughing is on the A string, another back 2. So can you see how that comes together? So that's why the tab is very effective, and that's why the tab works very well. So I had to put B's and S's in certain places because you're not going to always know where to put your fingers, and if you just put your finger wherever you want to put them, it's not going to work, it's not going to sound great. So if you see an open, it's just a plain open string. If you see a 1, it goes where the 1 normally goes. The 3 will go where the 3 normally goes, and the 2 will either go stretched or back. But I've clearly indicated where that's going to go. You could actually use that to correspond with the sheet music. So the tab matches the sheet music identically. So if you wanted, wherever I've put B's and S's for the second fingers, you could actually write that in the corresponding places in the sheet music as well. If you're someone that wants to read the sheet music, you can read the sheet music, or you need the practice of reading the sheet music, but again you're not quite sure where the second fingers go. You know the open strings, you know the first fingers are on the dot, the third fingers, yeah, that's great. Second fingers, maybe not quite so sure. So you can translate that and use that to put into the sheet music if you want to. So the tab also works with the backing, again, which is why you're not being cheated by using the tab, because I put everything in there, right down from how many bars of introduction you've got to have. So you can have 4 bars of 4 beats, or you could just count to 16. So I made it really, really simple. At the end it says repeat all the above, including the intro. So I've done that as well. There are 1 or 2 instances where maybe the tab doesn't 100% match the music, even though I did say that it did, just because there were just a few places where the tab was maybe going into something a little bit more complicated, and it was much easier just to ever so slightly simplify that. But I mean, you're not being cut short or being cheated with the tab in any way, because I've tried to match the tab with the sheet music and the backing, as much as I possibly can, so anybody could use either. So that's pretty much it with Jingle Bells. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and I hope it's going to help you play Jingle Bells for your family and friends for the Christmas and holiday season. Don't forget to check out underneath the video. I'll put a link to all the other tutorials that I've done from this book as well, and the link to where to get this book from and all that kind of good stuff. So thank you for watching, and I shall see you in the next video.